because she didn't have the money. I had to actually beg her to come to one of the financial aid meetings. We could figure out how I am going to go to college and what money we can get, because we were dirt poor. And my mother said, Carla, I don't think it's going to happen. I said, Mommy, God will find a way. And she said, yes. We just pray, and let me tell you, God did persevere. And I was able to go to the University of the Virgin Islands, complete my degree in all things, humanities. I went on from there, and I worked in the government. My first job was in the legislature of the Virgin Islands. I served, and I worked my way up again, keeping in mind what that young man said. I listened, and this young lady, I wanted to make that lady proud. And I worked my way up from being a constituent community service outreach personnel to the chief of staff for a senator. And that senator was George Goodwin. So I worked with 3 different senators: Arturo Watlington Jr., Carol M. Burke, and finally George E. Goodwin. I didn't stop there. I went on to earn a certification as a public manager, and my acronym is Federal Grants Writing and Management. I work with disadvantaged young people. Remember I told you I am very passionate about even that playing field. So when there were young people who the school system didn't or couldn't or wouldn't, or for whatever reason they would get expelled from school, they became mine. I worked and managed a program called Youth Build. It's a national and international program geared to young people to give them a second chance. That would be young people who you would think are not the best. So I know some of them who even came attended this school. And they have little challenges in the school system. And so I worked with those young people. And today I can tell you and attest that the majority of them are doing well. They've earned their high school diplomas, they're employed. In fact, I have 3 of them working with me in my staff, and 1 is here today. And in all of those things, I want to leave some key items with you that I have worked on. And let me tell you what was a catalyst for me. And when I say catalyst, I'll just break it down. What was that driving force that made me I want to become a senator? I have always been a servant. I look at my charge and my mission in life is to empower and uplift our people. And more importantly, I think, is to demonstrate God's love to each one. Because we are God's children. And so when I couldn't get money to help support those young people that I know needed additional support, and there was a great need, because we didn't want those individuals to go and become defiant. We didn't want those young people to go into jail and become incarcerated. We wanted to embrace them and make room at the table for them. I said, you know what? This is the time, especially with all of us having all of that federal money, that we need a person in there who is going to champion the little man, who is going to be up there to stand tall, regardless of what those circumstances are, and who is fearless and ready to do this work and prepared. And so I threw my hat in the ring. I want to say today that I didn't win the first time. But just like the word of God says, you never give up. Don't you ever give up. Don't any of you ever give up on your dreams. And so I kept, and I went back again for a second time. I am intentional and purposeful, and I'm driven to accomplish my mission. My mission and my purpose in life. I knew what it is, and I knew what it was. When I was 5 years old, and I said to a bus driver, he asked what you wanted to be in life. I said, you know what? I want to be a senator. And here I am, standing with you today, coming from those humble beginnings, to to let you know that whatever you dream, you can achieve. What you dream, you can achieve. Now, let me leave you with some really key points. One of the first things you want to do is always keep God first in your life. Never, ever stray from that. If you have a barrier or a mountain, first thing you need to do is pray and ask God to help you remove this mountain, give you the strength to do that. Secondly, and I know the Reverend says this many times to you, have a good attitude. Your attitude determines your... What does that tell me again? Because I know you know it, because he has been putting this in all young people's head for a number of years. What is it again? Your attitude? Absolutely. Have a good attitude. Come with a big smile, ready to learn, prepared. Do not be disrespectful to your teachers, to your parents, or to your other classmates, because you are representing not only your parents and your family, you are representative of the God most high and all powerful. Okay? So those are key things that you always have to come with a good attitude. And one of the third thing I would like you to keep in your mind is never give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Always press forward no matter what you have going against you. All of the trials and tribulations are going to come, you know. You're going to have a lot. I've encountered many, but I stand here as an overcomer so that you too can know that you have the ability to overcome those challenges. I want to thank you so much for being attentive and engaged. My name is Carla Joseph. I am number 3 on the ballot. You know what? 3 is a very powerful number in the Christian family. You know. Anybody can tell me something about the 3? In the back. Say it louder. That is correct.
The Holy Trinity.
3 represent the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I definitely want to say thank you. I really enjoy working with my colleagues and trying to find an occupation, a job that you enjoy working with. Thank you so much for your attention. Again, I am Carla Joseph, number 3 on the ballot.
Thank you very much, Senator Joseph. I'm looking at the time. And I want to introduce, though, one of the senators who is present with us but was not here when I did the general introduction, and I'm talking about Senator the Honorable Alma Francis Heyliger. I'm going to let Dwayne DeGraff go and share his thoughts. Ladies first, you think, okay, well, let the senator go. You agree with that? All right. So all the ladies will go first. Sister Alma Francis Heyliger, Senator, you ready?
Thank you. Well, I would have declined because I don't really subscribe to that. As my colleague said earlier, as women in politics, we have to deal with a lot more at times because we are female. A lot of times, unfortunately, when you have strong women in politics, it comes across as if we're aggressive, while our male counterparts are passionate. But I want to thank the Moravian Church School for giving us this opportunity to come here to really speak to you guys. As I listened to 2 of my colleagues and listened to how different their life story was, I was sitting there thinking, I didn't do half of this. But I stand here before you by sheer will, by sheer determination, and by the grace of God. And that's just the facts of it. When you come from a situation where I had both my parents, I had a mother that every day I got home from school was there. She made sure to help me with homework, did what we had to do. She made sure we understood and learned about God. I mean, as a child, I was a little frustrated. I'm not going to lie to you, having to go to church 5 days a week. But I understand now the benefits of what she was trying to instill in us. I would tell you my journey to the Senate was probably triggered around the time both my parents got diagnosed with cancer. You know, as a child, I wanted to be a hairdresser. I'm going to be honest, that is what I wanted to do. I had my life planned out. I wanted to be a cosmetologist. I wanted to be that person that beautified you on the outside so you could feel good on the inside. But when you are in a situation as a young graduate out of high school, just going into college, and a vehicle knocks your mother down on the highway when she was just trying to leave to have surgery to remove tumors from her body, and she's not able to go. And within 5 months, you went from having the security of a mother your entire life to her dying from cancer. That is a trigger in itself. And then you think, well, life is going to be okay because you still have your dad. And then all of a sudden, within a year, he also died of cancer. So here I am as a early 19, 20-year-old responsible for a 14 and a 16-year-old. And I literally had to change my mindset as to what my journey in life would be. Who I would become because I'm now responsible for others. And that journey led me to where I am right now when I'm standing before you. And sometimes I wonder, would I have been a different person? Would I have taken a different journey? Would my life have been different if my parents did that? Because a lot of us have our parents' insecurity. Whenever we need something, mommy and daddy could have $10. Could I pay for this? Could you give me this? All of that disappeared for me at a very young age. And I have to recognize that the things that my parents left behind with me was a determination to thrive. I had a father that migrated from the island of St. Kitts and relocated here and his own business as a barber because he was able to learn a skill to take care of his family. I had a mother that loved God so much that she did everything in her power to instill in us how to be decent, good human beings so we could be better to others. And from that humanitarian side that my mother instilled in us has always been a part of me, where I always want to try to do good and help everyone. And that's why I'm here. At the end of the day, when you are struggling to find yourself, even as young people, you know, some of you might know what you want to do, what you might want to become in life, what pathway you want to go. And sometimes it's even a struggle because we have parents that want to tell us who we should be. And I tell people, there's nothing wrong with having parents that love us and say, well, okay, I'm an attorney because I want you to be an attorney. But sometimes we have to find who we are within ourselves. Learn, educate yourself as much as you can. When your teachers are trying to tell you something, and I know sometimes you get frustrated and you don't want to listen, I don't want to hear this, understand they're doing it for your own good. Because through education, that is the way you're going to be able to take care of yourself. It's going to be able for you to be a part of our society and help build the Virgin Islands as our future continues. And I can say, as I continued on in my journey of life, one of the things that I recognized that I enjoyed doing was learning. I was that child that it was all things creative for me. I didn't like sitting down and studying too much. I'm not going to try to make it seem other than what it was. But I was that child that liked to be hands-on. I wanted to learn everything. I wanted to see everything. I wanted to be outside. I wanted to know how to fix things, how to do things. And with that mentality, it helped me to recognize a lot of times as people, we sit around and wait for other people to do things for us. And I had to learn from a very young age that sometimes you have to depend on yourself. You have to recognize that you are strong enough, you have the willpower, you have the capability, you have the tools with the people around you that love and care for you. They can help you progress in a positive way. A lot of times, even on this campaign trail, some people would ask me, well, who did this for you? Who did that for you? I would tell you guys point blank, every single thing you guys have ever seen, from posters to television commercials to videos to radio, I did all of it myself. And you know why? Because I taught myself to do things. Because I did not want to sit around and wait for other people on their time. Because time is one thing you can never replace. And I'm going to try to speed up. But the point I'm trying to make to you guys today is that you have to find that person within yourself and recognize that you can be the best of you. Nobody else is going to do it for you. And anytime you feel discouraged, anytime you feel like, you're questioning, my dad used to do something with us when we were younger. Whenever we felt something, we weren't happy about something, he would always say, go stand in a mirror and say, if no one else in the whole world loves you, I love you. And as I grew up, and every time something was an issue for me, I would always remember my dad did that. And I would go stand in the mirror and say, if no one else in this world loves you, I love you. And that one little thing was always my propelling force to keep going forward. And in doing that, I recognized who I was no matter what. And as my colleague once, she said, be true to yourself. That is one thing I have in the legislature. I am 100% true to Alma. Whether I go on the Senate floor and share my thoughts, decide to vote, I am always who I am. Be who you are. And I think that's how God made you. Be happy, try to do the best you can. With my determination, I set goals for myself. And sometimes people would often tell me it's impossible. When I decided as a talk show host, I got tired of keep talking. I wanted to utilize a way in order to be in a position to help the people of this territory. So I decided, you know what, I need to be on that Senate floor to help share the thoughts and the ideas and the voices of the people of this territory. So I came off of the radio and ran for public office. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times I failed. I finally got elected on the 5th try. Sometimes you don't give up, because if you believe in what you want to do, if you know you are determined to help, sometimes don't let it go. And I know time is of the essence, so I'm going to step down, but I will just say this to you. Determination, knowing God, and loving yourself is some of the most important keys that will help you through this journey we call life. Thank you so much.
We are listening to Francis Heyliger. I want all this.
My colleague said, do not forget, I am number 8 on the ballot, Senator Alma Francis Heyliger.
All right. I want all my students to stand. Stand with me, please. Stand with me, please. Stretch. Hands up. Yeah. Hands out. Hands down. Hands up. Out. Down. One more time. Hands up. Out. Down. Take your seats again. We still have a few minutes to go. So shake it out. And shape up again. This time you will be hearing from the male senators. Senator the Honorable Wayne DeGraff.
I came from a different point of view. Incidentally, when I said ladies first, ain't giving up for nobody, you know. So those are the things you gotta have some values for yourselves as young men and young boys and girls. There is no place on earth better than the Virgin Islands. No place on earth better than the Virgin Islands. That's my belief. I really agree with that. No place on earth better than the Virgin Islands. This is my home. That's why I'm here. That's why I serve. I'm here. I serve because I'm home. You know, as my colleague mentioned, she had 32 years, I had 34 years in the government when I retired. I was a police, I retired deputy chief of police, a military combat veteran. I spent a year in Baghdad, Iraq at the war. When I retired from the Virgin National Guard, home again. I lived there all my life. I intend to be buried here. If I ain't get buried here, I'm about to harm some people. Trust me. You do that. That's me. And that's the type of person I am. No place better than the Virgin Islands. Look at yourself. Look at each other. The older young students, the young boys and girls, the older ones, I don't lead by example anymore in my life. I'm old enough to make that example myself. I become the example of lead. You walk in leadership. You talk in leadership. The deeds of leaders. Why? Because the younger generation looking at you. They want to be like you. That's what you have to carry your shoulder. That's what being a senator is about. That's what running for office is about. Be a leader all the time. Day in, day out. You wake up, you're that leader. What does it mean? If you need taking care of your younger brothers or so, if you need helping, if you need cleaning around the place, picking up garbage, doing different things, that's who you become. Don't anybody have to tell you to do it. Be an example for the young generation because they're looking at you. How are you? Because they're looking at us. We look at the older generation for guidance. That's what we hear. That's why these extraordinary people in front of you are there. Why I say that because when you give up your life to become a public servant, official, people tend to sometimes break it through the code, sometimes they appreciate of it. But hey, because why? That's what exists in our society. It isn't all fun and great. I grew up real life in Samar as a little boy to a young man. Like I said, there's no other place I love than St. Thomas and John St. Paul. So get some things in your head from now. You're all leaders. You know the way about it. You're all leaders. And I had my time, I get to spend my time in the Heavens Carnival King in 1983 until 2002, getting on the other. So again, you could be a part of the community, take part. You know, again, that's part of leadership. Integrity. Don't sell your soul to no one. It's too valuable. Your life is too valuable. Your soul is too valuable. Don't compromise yourself. Don't go along to get along. Don't be the nice guy all the time. Sometimes you gotta put your foot down. Put your foot down. Stand for something or you fall for everything. Trust me. I fear no evil. None. And again, like I say, I listen to the wonderful stories. My stories are a little different because I didn't attend college. I had no interest in attending college. None. What I would recommend all of you take advantage of free tuition that you get, go to college. We're in different times. And why I say that? Because I learned auto mechanics in high school. I love vocational education and what they call career technical education. I was a certified auto mechanic out of high school. I learned auto mechanics. That's what I know. I started working in government June 18, 1979 in the police motor pool, fixing police vehicles. I loved it. But then I had to open my mind and I saw that working at these representing the community, the service, they put their life on the line for service. That's what I wanted. So I became a police. Spent 26 years, St. Thomas, St. John, St. Paul. Why? Because I like service with a twist. Put your life on the line. I put my life on the line for 26 years to become a police. To serve here. Then I joined the National Guard, National Guard in 1985. And again, I like that service to your home and to your country. And you put your life on the line. Yeah, I the scariest I've ever been in my life, flying into Baghdad, Iraq at night. Guns firing, flares firing out. I'll never forget it. But again, I came back home to serve. It was too easy when I retired in 2013. After 34 years, it was too easy to jump on a plane and leave. Too easy. I could have gone up, I could have bought a ticket. I didn't have to buy a ticket. I could go to the airport, buy a ticket at the counter and say, hey, I'm gone. Not me. Not Dwayne, Maurice, DeGraff. Not this lifestyle. This is my home. So I chose, it's easy to fuss and cuss and talk about the center ain't doing this, the government ain't doing this, people ain't doing this. Hey, I decided to step up. As my colleague mentioned, I didn't get through my first term, I got through my second term. This is my third term now. I'm asking for a fourth term to serve the people of the third term. And like I say, all of you can achieve it. All. Just remember, when you answer the criteria for becoming a senator, you have it in front of you. It starts at home. It starts in your community. It starts at school. Become the leader that your parents know that you are, the teachers know that you are. Become that leader. But remember, all of you, the ties, these young generation here are looking at you. And they expect certain things of you. So I have one quiz before I go. You can't leave it in school, you have to have a quiz. You know, my colleague got the significance of 3. Raise your left hand and put one finger, left hand. Everybody, left hand. One finger. And then right hand, 2 fingers. That's a 1 and a 2, that's 12. Not 1 and 2 is 3. 10 and 2, 12. I'm number 12 on the bottom. I'm number 12 on the bottom. Everybody will see DeGraff with a funny last name. You're not getting Dwayne, a funny first name. You're not getting. But I remember when you think that guy with a bald head, you know you had a guy with a bald head, and they dress up for you guys here today. Why? Because they become the example. Don't go to something and make sure you shut out your pants and stuff like that. Boys, girls, men, young men and boys, beat yourself up first. You're going to speak to the teacher, you're going to speak to adults. Check yourself, respect yourself, and say, how you doing? Okay, so keep those things. So remember again, the test, you know, this is the quiz, it's a hot quiz. I've given you all information. You had opportunity. The left hand is a 2 or 1? 1. Okay, and the right hand is a 3 or 2? 2. And what I come to? 12. Number 12 on the ballot. Senator Dwayne. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Senator Dwayne DeGraff. It brings us to Senator the Honorable Milton Potter.
Thank you very much. We have some fun already. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me to this forum today. When you're running for re-election, you're running for the Senate, you have to come to a number of forums and programs that folks invite you to. I can tell you, without question, this is my favorite, the best activity that I've attended for this election season. I was elected to the Senate in November 3rd, 2020. That was when I was elected. And you had to wait a little while. And January 11th, we had to go before Emancipation Garden. We had to raise our right hand, and the judge of the Superior, I think it was the Supreme Court judge, had to swear us in. That's how serious his job is. The highest ranking judge in the Virgin Islands asks you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. Every single senator had to swear to uphold the laws of the United States Virgin Islands. I promise you today, I ain't gonna take too long in my presentation. My presentation will be the shortest presentation of the day because I know you guys are tired and you're ready to go home, right? You had a long day, right? Okay. I am excited and honored to be here because it's always a great joy to me to have an opportunity to talk to young people, especially young people from the Virgin Islands like you. And it's important to me because I have some selfish reasons for saying that. Because you are the future of this territory. You are future doctors and lawyers and police officers and teachers and governors and senators. People right in this room are going to be future leaders of this territory. That's how it works in society. How many of y'all saw The Lion King? Right? It was a great movie. My children, when they were your age, even when they were bigger, they loved The Lion King. They loved it too. They loved it too. In The Lion King, what was the name of the king? Mufasa was the name of the king. And what was the name of Mufasa's son?
Simba.
Simba. So what we do as a society is the leaders, we are leaders here today on this stage, the leaders lead, but they prepare the younger people to lead. You don't just become a leader. You have to prepare yourself to lead. And that is the job of adults. And that is why you are here at this excellent school called Moravian School. Generations pass away and generations rise. You are leaders who are on the rise. I really want you to take that seriously. You, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls in this room, are the generation of people who are on the rise, who will take control of the Virgin Islands. You're going to be the leaders, and we're going to be going to, when I become a senior citizen, I have my kid, I'm going to be going to you for help, for assistance. Yeah. You're going to be the doctors who will be helping me out. You're going to be the lawyers who will be helping me write my will. You guys have a life, an impressive life ahead of you. But it's really important that you make good decisions. You make good decisions from this time. From the time you are a young person, even though you're only in 5th grade or 4th grade or 3rd grade or 8th grade, now is the time for you to make good decisions, because the decisions that you make today will determine a lot of your success in the future. So I want to ask you a couple quick questions and tell you a few statements about what is required a Senate President, Senator Donna Frett-Gregory started. So I'm going to ask you about 5 questions. How old, and everybody in here should get this one because we mentioned it already. The Senate President mentioned it. How old do you have to be a senator? Right there with the glasses. Yes. 21. Great, impressive. You have to be 21 to be a senator in the Virgin Islands. You have to be a resident of the Virgin Islands for how many years? We didn't talk about that. In the back with the mask. You, yes, young lady. Close. lady with the braids. You. Give her a round of applause. 3 years. You have to be a president of the Borderlands for 3 years. How many senators do we have in the territory? How many senators? Right in front of you. Kind of close because 5 is in the number. How many senators do we have in the Borderlands? No, not 56. 5 is in the number. No man on the end with the man. Give him a round of applause. 15. We have 15 senators. And this is my final question to you. How many years does a senator serve in the legislature? Make a guess. How many? 2. Correct. 2 years. Senator will serve in the legislature for 2 years. We have some incredible responsibilities in the legislature. We pass laws to improve the quality of life for you, your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers. That is what we are elected to do, to create laws to improve the quality of life, to make your life better. We pass the budget. Every summer we pass a budget which decides what the spending authority is for every department and agency of the government. But to me, the most important thing that I want you to remember here today is that senators are public servants. We are really servants. People look down on servants. Servants seem demeaning, right? But that is what we do. We serve the public and we serve at your pleasure. The reason why we are here is to pass laws to make your life better. So, on that note, I want to leave you with just a handful of really quick things that I think will help you along the way as you go along your path as emerging leaders on the rise. Be true to your word. Be impeccable with your word. Use word that gives life, that says positive things about people, as opposed to negative things about people. Use positive words. I believe Senator Francis Heyliger said that her dad told her, look, when you wake up in the mirror, start by looking in the mirror and saying what you said, Senator? Yes. Do some positive affirmations. Every morning you wake up, you say, look, I am just as good as anybody else. I have great things. I am about great things as a human being, and I am going to accomplish great things today because I'm a good person. Start your day saying positive things about yourself. Choose your friends wisely. Choose your friends wisely. Make good friends. I'm not saying make a lot of friends. I'm saying make good friends. The quality of the friendships. You're known by the company you keep. Surround yourself with good friends. Say good friends. You're known by the company that you keep. Surround yourself with good friends. It's not about having a lot of friends. It's about you having some quality friends who are going to be there for you. Okay? All right. Always do your best. Even though it seems like you don't have to. Anything you decide, if you have an assignment, you do your best. If you take something on, do your best. Once you do your best, people notice. Okay? Don't be afraid to get uncomfortable. Because great things happen when you move beyond your comfort zone. Sometimes you might feel a little uncomfortable taking a hard class, doing something that's challenging. But try. Okay? Always do your best. Don't be afraid to get uncomfortable. And my final thing I want to leave you with today, because I promised you that I would not take too long. I'm a man of my word. Dream big. Dream big dreams. People who fail, they don't fail because they dream too high. They fail because they dream too low. They aim too low. So dream big dreams. I mentioned to you today that I'm looking in this room and I'm seeing doctors and lawyers and teachers and architects and engineers. I'm seeing everything here in this community. Because you can do anything that you want to be once you work hard. And I want to thank you, young people, for your attention here today. Thank you for hosting us. I'm going to remember this for the rest of the campaign season. My name is Milton Potter. I'm number 10 on the ballot. Give you one of the 15 of the 7 votes that they'll have this election. Thank you, young people.
Thank you very much. What a great way to finish the conversation. But we're not done. I think you have a few questions, and we have about 5 minutes to take those questions. Yes, because the school bus will be here. Yes, in fact, the school bus is outside waiting to take some of you away. So, let's see who has the burning question. Gianna.
When you become a senator, you have to work hard for your community.
What is the question?
You have to work hard for your community. Yes.
The answer to that is yes. You do have to work hard for your community. You got to serve the people. You're a public servant, right? So you got to serve the people. Look.
Excuse me. How do you spell your last name? Yes.
P-O-T-T-E-R.
Hold on. Rika.
Do you have to finish high school to become a senator?
But you should. But the answer is
So, he asked, do you have to finish high school? Answer is no, but you want to be the best educated mind that you can be. Jakar.
How much money do you carry?
Really?
How much money do you use for the economy?
How much money you use for the academy? Economy. Oh, how much money does the VI government spend?
So our budget is over $1 billion, but our local funds are, yes, but it also is inclusive of federal funds that come here to the Virgin Islands because we are under the US flag. But our budget itself, based on our local revenues that we collect, is around $800 million.
Whoa.
Alright, so we're talking about $1 billion, and I think the governor did explain that if you give somebody what it was, 20,000, 50,000 every day for about 20 years, you might not have $1 billion. Stanley, go right ahead.
Have you guys ever considered running for governor?
Have any of you, go ahead, sorry.
Have any of you guys considered running for governor?
But you won't answer it today. One, two.
I think making a consideration to run for governor is a tough decision. And as you traverse your political landscape and you hear the will of the people, you can make that decision. However, I think what's most important is you have to listen to the voice of God in order to really make that decision. Thank you.
Great answer.
How much money do you make?
As a senator, we make $85,000 per year.
Hold on.
That sounds like a lot of money.
Christopher.
How much money do you make in an hour?
The last time I checked was like $40-something an hour.
All right.
But I have to say, that's on an 8-hour schedule, and our jobs are not 8-hour jobs, so we really don't have a true hourly rate.
All right, Julia.
How is it like to be a senator?
What is it like to be a senator?
Being a senator is something that I really, really do. All right, so if you love serving and helping people, that's the sort of job you might want to consider. Nathaniel.
How hard is your job?
How hard is it? How hard is it?
Well, I would say that the job is as hard as
Next one up. Eighth grade. All right, go ahead, Senator.
I would say the job is as hard as you allow it to be. One of the best things that you do as a senator is to hire staff that surround you to really help you do the people's work. And when we got into office, you take the time out to get individuals that understand the process, know about the legislature, and it kind of helps us quite a bit to get the people's work done. So it's hard, but with good staff, you can get the job done.
What do you do as a senator?
What do you actually do?
Okay, so we're passing the mic along so each of us could have an opportunity. Some of the really key points that we do a lot of research. We provide oversight to the different departments and agencies. We address issues that are really the bread and butter of our community and pass laws to improve your life, your parents' life, and the overarching community life, so that we all can move forward productively and be better off than we were yesterday or 10 years ago. So those are some of the things that we really focus on. We wake up every day thinking about ways that we can improve your life and your parents' life and make things a lot easier for us as Virgin Islanders.
All right, so they do the work that helps you to be better persons in the community. All right, come on.
How does it feel to be a senator?
It's a lot of responsibility. Like I say, you have to live it rather than you going to work and you be it. You have to live it all the time, 24 hours a day.
All right, I'm coming back to you, Serenity, but I'm giving Kenya.
Have you ever donated any money to charity?
Oh, very good question. I will tell you, yes, I have, and also because I'm a member of a church, a faith-based organization, I also tithe. So I do donate money and also my time to charity work. It's not only about the money, it's the time and the expertise that you bring to donate. I'm also starting an organization in my home community, Bavoni, mentoring, because mentoring is so important to build new leaders and give them opportunities.
All right, we're running out of time. I'm going to let Ayana go, and then I'm going to Serenity ask a question, and that's it. Sorry, Alexis. Got it.
What is your platform on education and healthcare? Can you repeat, please? What is your platform on education and healthcare? Okay. When it comes to the education of our children, I think it's very important that we have to focus a lot more on carrying up their academics, but also educational. A lot of times, unfortunately, because of COVID, unfortunately, because of the dealing with the pandemic and the hurricanes, our children had to go virtual. And I think there was a lot of learning loss through that time period. I really think it's important that we focus on making sure that when our children graduate, not only they get the knowledge that they need to make decisions, whether they choose to go to college, the military, or go straight into the workforce, but also leave high school, from my perspective, also with a trade that could assist them. That's how I would like to see education go. As it deals with our healthcare in our territory, I think it's important that we do a much better job of trying to get healthcare we're located, many people have to leave the territory to get a lot of the services that they need in order to have their health care. I think we should be doing a lot more, just like, for example, the EDA program, where we want to push initiatives to bring businesses here. We need to offer initiatives so doctors can relocate to the territory so we can have better healthcare service. These are just two of the things that I would personally like to see happening with education as well as healthcare here in the territory. Thank you.
I want to thank you very much. I want to serenity to the last question.
What do you usually do at legislative building?
We have a lot of meetings. We have meetings with regular citizens in the community and they want to talk to us about issues that are affecting them. So they can call our office, come by and ask to speak with us. And sometimes when we meet laws also, we meet in what's called a session, a legislative session. And in that session, the session has to be here in the capital, here in St. Thomas. And we vote on specific laws and bills that are passed. We vote for it. So that is basically what we do here, on a day-to-day basis in the legislature.
Give me a T. Give me an H. Give me an A. Give me an N. Give me a K. Give me a Y. Give me an O. Give me a U. What does it spell? From the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank you for taking the time for coming. You have been a wonderful and stimulating afternoon. You have been a blessing to us, and we hope we have been a blessing to you. We wish you well in your time of campaigning and also in the battlegrounds. God bless you. I know some will have to go and take the bus, and I know the bus driver is almost always ready to go. So you have to take the bus, you have to go. But before you go, I really want to recognize Kanisha Clark, former student of Meridian School, all of us very brave, and one Belcher, another guy, another former student of Meridian School, and they're doing well. They're big in government and numbers. That's what we do, we send you forward. All right, so if you have to take the bus,